Hi, I'm Dax Billington, Channel 8 News. Today we're going to be discussing the evils of vegetarianism and how these individuals impose their lifestyle upon us and actually harm the community more than they might think. We're going to be talking to one such individual that's actually deluded herself into thinking that she is helping the community when really she is hurting it more than ever. Stay tuned to learn how vegetarians are much more harmful than you might think. So we're here in the studio with a young lady who's nice enough to come in here and allow us to interview her. Now, what's your name, sweetheart?
Dahlia Daisy.
Dahlia Daisy, and you are a vegetarian.
I am.
I see. How long have you been a vegetarian for?
I have been a vegetarian for 3 years.
3 years. That's a big commitment to harming the community, isn't it? What do you have to say? You know, you've been harming the community for 3 years. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that I'm harming the community.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, that's interesting. There's a lot of ignorance, as you can see. So what do you eat as a vegetarian? What foods do you eat?
Fruits, vegetables. You know, I like to stick to the organic stuff.
Okay, so what do animals eat?
Animals eat feed. Cattle feed, chicken feed, pig feed.
They also, in the wild, they eat fruits and vegetables. Much like what you eat.
Sure, feed does contain some fruits and vegetables as well as byproduct fats, pink sludge, as you might know.
I see. And so you are actually stealing these animals' food, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Because if you ate less veggies and fruits, then these animals would have more veggies.
My consumption of fruits and vegetables doesn't affect the feed market.
The feed market would have the animals in the wild that would be eating less fruits and vegetables that you.
Well, like what? Like what animals are you?
Like I'm thinking like rabbits, cats, dogs. You know, they all love fruits and vegetables.
I don't really know of.
Rabbits like carrots. Do you eat carrots?
I do eat carrots. But my
if you were a rabbit,
if there was a shortage, say, I might understand your point, but there's not a shortage of carrots. So again, my consumption of carrots doesn't affect.
So are you claiming that no rabbit anywhere in the world starves to death?
I'm not saying that. There's wild rabbits probably who may starve somewhere.
Who would probably be better off if you
I'm not a professional in like environmental sciences, so maybe what I say isn't completely factual, because I admit.
Oh, so you're admitting that what you're saying is not necessarily factual?
Well, I'm not an environmental scientist. Are you? Do you have credentials?
I'm conducting the interview.
Oh, okay.
Sweetheart.
Again, so
if you were a rabbit, would you rather be killed by a hunter and have your body nurture his family and help him, or would you rather starve to death and help no one because someone ate all your food?
Again, my personal consumption of fruits and vegetables doesn't affect the what a rabbit or cat might consume.
Really? So you're claiming that your personal diet does not affect?
Yes, that's what I believe.
We actually have some evidence that would suggest otherwise. We could just go to that real fast. So, moving on. What would you say vegetarianism is to you?
Well, vegetarianism is not eating meat.
Not eating meat. Does it just go to eating, or is it other things? Maybe like not wearing the skin of an animal?
Sure, of course it does.
Is that why you're wearing those ridiculous tweed pants?
Yes, that is why I'm wearing ridiculous tweed pants.
Yeah, and a hilarious hemp shirt.
Yes, the hilarious hemp shirt. That's exactly why.
Excellent. Well, okay, so it's your lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes, it is my lifestyle.
Well, others might call it a cult. What do you have to say about that? Those aren't my words. Words of other people in your community.
Well, I would tell those people to look up a definition of what a cult might be. You can do that using Wikipedia, the dictionary, the internet.
So you get your facts from Wikipedia.
Negative. I do not. I don't get my facts from Wikipedia.
Okay, so what does Wikipedia say a cult is, Dahlia?
I don't know. I don't use Wikipedia, as I mentioned earlier.
We just told our viewers to use Wikipedia.
They can use whatever they want, whatever means of defining what a cult is, and then look up a definition.
So
of what
you have Dahlia's permission to use whatever you want. Continue.
And then look up a definition of what a vegetarian is, and then compare the two and see if they have the similar definition, and if the answer is no, then there's your answer. No, being a vegetarian is not like being in a cult. I don't associate with people who are only vegetarians. We don't practice certain religious or spiritual...
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. Sure, we don't eat meat, but that's...
I see restaurants that are only vegetarian friendly. You know, if I want to go in there and get my filet mignon, I can't.
What does that have to do with cults?
Well, it's not so much cult, but I am being excluded.
It's not so much cults.
I'm being...
Yeah, so
No,
we agree. I'm
listen
so
to me.
glad we
I'm
found
being-
common ground.
I'm being
The
excluded.
next question.
Next question. No, I'm not finished. Now, these vegetarian restaurants exclude me as a meat eater.
They don't exclude you. You are more than welcome to walk into a vegetarian restaurant.
And for that amount of time that I'm in there, I must be a vegetarian.
You
or
have
I have no place being.
but you have the option of going to a separate restaurant.
I do, but you know this sounds sounding very much so very cultish to me, because I see, you know, you can only be in here if you're a vegetarian. You can only enjoy
That's not
this
true.
if you're a vegetarian.
That's not true. A lot of vegetarian foods are good. A good salad is good. Fruits and vegetables are good.
A good
They're
salad with
healthy.
you know, maybe some breaded chicken or some steak.
Well, that is a personal preference, and that's perfectly okay. I just prefer.
Is it okay?
It is.
Is that what you think it's okay?
Absolutely okay. I
Well, then
know
why don't you do it?
that I think it's okay to eat without the meat. I know people who aren't vegetarians who don't like steak, who don't like chicken, who don't like fish.
Would you say you like steak, chicken, fish? Do you like them?
Sure, they're full of flavor, but I have ethical standards, moral beliefs that I follow personally, and I'm willing to sacrifice some of those wants and needs for these.
Ethical beliefs.
Yes.
So you are not a vegetarian for the health aspect. You're not a vegetarian for any other reason other than the fact that you would like to help animals. And you probably, I assume, look at me and other people who eat meat with some animosity. Maybe you feel that you're a little better than us.
No, not at all.
Because you're up there on your high horse when we would rather just eat your high horse. You know, and would you say you put your needs before, you know, our animals' needs?
No. If I put my own needs, then I would, of course, choose
Are you sure?
flavor and wants like steak over the fact that I believe it's wrong to stuff 3,012 chickens into a single room and...
Oh, okay. So you would rather just steal all the chicken's food and then have them starve to death. And instead of what I would rather them live long,
Can I ask
happy
where you
lives.
got your facts?
Where I got my facts?
Yes, about me stealing chicken's food. Do you
No,
have
you may
any?
not ask that.
And why
you
is
may not
that?
ask
Why?
where I got my facts because you were not interviewing
just
me.
think
You
that
were
the-
more than welcome to interview me after.
I would just think that, I mean, the public would like to know that you are legitimate in your interview.
The public knows I'm legitimate, sweetheart.
Oh, do they?
Look at this face.
Do they?
Look at this. Go ahead, cameraman, zoom in. Legitimate. So, I don't need to be questioned about my facts. You need to be questioned about your facts, Dahlia, because I see you and you are just one step up above a bum, if I'm being real. And you have the nerve to steal animals that I care about and love. You steal their food. You know, you hurt them in that way. And those animals love food. Any dog will love food. And you're pretty much stealing what they have to live for. And, you know, and if I want to eat them once they've had their lovely lives, I'm sure they would want that. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you, if you were a cow?
No,
instance,
I don't agree. I don't
if you were
agree.
a cow and you lived a long, happy life with a farmer who loved you, a rancher rather.
A long, happy life. Interesting. I don't believe that if I had a permanent... I wish we could talk about something a little bit more legitimate. I don't believe that I am stealing food because I'm a vegetarian from animals.
I believe you are.
Do you know what industries use actual fruits and vegetables to feed their cattle and chickens and fish? Do you know what farms do?
Probably
Because I
the
don't.
better ones.
No.
The better ones.
None.
You don't know. You don't know. She doesn't know. This is the ignorance that I'm trying to show to the public. Thank you, Doggy Daisy, for helping me showcase. Oh. Excuse me. And that's the other thing about vegetarians is they are some of the most hostile people you will meet. I don't even get where it came from. That came out of nowhere, and that could have been my throat. That could have been your kid. You got to look out for these people. Thank you. I'm Dax Billington, channeling. No, I would definitely not say that Dahlia Daisy was a very good interviewee. Probably one of the worst I've ever had here on the show. Because every statement, so much animosity and hostility towards me and the subject. She kept second guessing me, which obviously I'm going to come in an interview with facts, with real facts that I found, but she didn't seem to believe that, which is just laughable, really. And I think she was just a little uncomfortable with herself, and I think she was trying to shatter the awareness that we were trying to create for the public, because she doesn't want us to educate the public on the evils of becoming a vegetarian and what vegetarians do to the community. And I think she's just an angry person, and I think the reason that she is a vegetarian is because she's so angry, and she actually gets off on stealing these animals' food and hurting these animals. And I hope she finds a better outlet for that, because part of why we're doing this is to help vegetarians and tell them that what they're doing is wrong, and show them that, you know, we're here to help them, which is why we're here every Sunday night. We're going to be having Vegetarians Anonymous, where they can come and they can talk and find a better outlet, maybe even stop, you know, get them to eat a little bit of meat would be great for everyone, I think. And, you know, as far as Dahlia Daisy goes, she's got some problems, but I wish the best for her, and I hope she finds some way to, you know, really expel whatever's going on with her life. Obviously, she's got some problems, but I think she's going to be okay. She's just a little lost. But no, not a very good interviewee. Not in the slightest.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be.